Starfield just got released and I've already clocked many hours in it to share everything you need to know and get the most out of your planetary adventures from day one. Hey, what's up guys? My name is 4M and in today's video I'm gonna share the hands down best and most important skills you want to pick up early game so you can loot high value treasures early, maximize your credit income, be able to sneak around, fly around and so much more. All essentials basically you want to have from the get-go, so let's get right to it. Alright, so here we are at my outpost. I quickly want to say that this is going to be a tutorial for beginners who just got started with the game, who want to basically pick up the best skills which are going to make your adventures so much easier from level 1. So let's start off with the tech tree. One of the first skills you should pick up as quick as possible would be your boost pack training, as this is also one of the most important skills in the game. Starting early game, you will come across packs, which you can upgrade and also use as booster, which literally allows you to fly around in space. Especially on planets with low gravity, this is an amazing feature to have because then you no longer have to worry about losing oxygen when sprinting on the surface. Instead, you're just gonna glide in the air, which not only makes travel a lot easier, but also disengaging from combat. If you want, later on you can upgrade this one a couple times to reduce the fuel consumption as well as regeneration, while I don't recommend you to do that early game. Instead, you want to focus on security and rank it up to level 3 at least, so you can pick every type of lock in the game, from advanced to master, which basically gives you access to some extremely valuable loot. High quality weapons and armor, but also contraband, which are the most valuable items in the game, for which I already made a guide in the top right of the screen, but trust me, this is gonna make you a lot of credits early game. We're gonna talk about another skill which is gonna make this farm even more efficient in a second, but this is basically what you want to focus on in the tech tree first. Moving on to the science tab, I think medicine could be pretty useful if you want to get the most out of your health kits, while I think one of the most important ones right here is geology, because this will allow you to get more resources when you harvest surface objects. At a certain point, you have to start working on your outpost, which is going to cost you a ton of those, so it's going to come in handy to harvest some extra resources while you're at it. I also decided to put 1 point in surveying so we can have an optional zoom and increase its distance by 20 meters, but this is because you basically need 3 points to advance to the next tier. Spacesuit design and weapon engineering I think are also amazing ones to pick up as quick as possible. If you upgrade them to rank 2, you can unlock some pretty awesome weapon and armor mods which are gonna make dealing damage as well as survival and even carrying more resources in space a lot easier. So definitely two things to focus on if you want to get the most out of weapons and armor early game. Talking about survival and dealing more damage, in the next tree, combat, you can upgrade this in all different ways. Ballistic weapons deal more damage, we have laser damage increased as well as pistol damage, so many different ones to focus on depending on your playstyle. I picked up the dueling as a starter trait, which I don't really recommend. You're gonna be using guns almost all the time, but if you want to increase your damage in some way, I think the ballistic weapons is going to be awesome to focus on first. I'm a little bit over level 21 and sometimes deal with characters of level 50 plus, and I never saw the need of these damage upgrades. I think they're going to be awesome for later game, while early they're definitely not priority. Moving on to the social tab, we have theft. I think this is an amazing one to pick up early, which unlocks the ability to pickpocket targets. If you're stealthing behind them, we're going to talk about another skill for this later, you can interact with your target and check their inventory. Of course, the more you upgrade this, the higher the chances of successfully pickpocketing enemy targets. This gives you access to some extra credits, and on rank 4 you can even pickpocket those holstered weapons, which makes up for some pretty interesting encounters. Another one that can come in very handy is the rank 1 of scavenging, because then there's going to be a chance you will find extra credits when you search containers. Extra ammo, 8 items, and so much more, while I only recommend you to put 1 skill in this at first. Instead, you actually want to put some points in commerce, because this will make both selling and items a lot more interesting. Buy for an X% less and sell for a lot more. You've probably already seen that items have an extremely high value, while if you sell them, it feels like they are barely worth anything. Well, this skill, commerce, will basically take care of that problem, allow you to make a lot more money with everything you sell. You definitely want to read every single one of them, as some of these can be very interesting to unlock starting mid-game, while for the early game I only recommend you to focus on these 3. Then last but not least, we also have the physical tab, and this is where I basically maxed out my weight lifting, which allows me to carry another extra 100 kilograms with me. Trust me guys, carry capacity or your carry weight limit can be extremely frustrating in the game. I also have a guide to maximize your capacity in the top right of the screen if you want to be able to haul all the space treasure you find so much easier. Because of this upgrade and some gear mods, you can see that I currently have a total mass of 260, which is twice as much as the amount which you start with. But rank 4 is already going to be an amazing fix to that issue. Then we also have stealth right here, and this will make stealing or pickpocketing items, locking picks so much easier. Just put 1 rank in it to begin with, which adds the stealth meter, so then you can see if you are detected or entirely hidden. Lockpicking or stealing items is going to be easy mode, while of course you sometimes have a chance to fail with this, so I recommend you to always quick save before you decide to do something like that, and also stock up on as many Digipicks as possible. If you're having a hard time in combat, you could also unlock the wellness to increase your maximum HP. Of course, the more you rank this up, the higher your HP pool will become, which could be interesting, while I don't think it's necessary. You could also go for extra oxygen available, so sprinting, moving on planets is going to be a lot easier. While if you move on to the next tree, all these skills heavily focus on damage reduction. Alright, so there you have it, the most important skills you want to pick up as quick as possible in Starfield. So you can find high value loot, sell it for even more, literally glide in the skies to make exploration so much easier, and more essential skills you don't want to miss out early. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video helpful. Let us know in the comments which skills you decided to pick up first and find most valuable for the early game. I would love to hear that. Anyways, if you want to see more Starfield, be sure to subscribe, because a lot more is coming your way. You can already find plenty of guides in the description and on the channel. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.